देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यार्देशतारिणे नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यार्देशतारिणे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Balava Givanadhari. Gopi Jana Balava Givanadhari. Yasoda Nandana Raja Jana Ranjana. Yasoda Nandana Raja Jana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Balava Givanadhari. Gopi Jana Balava Givanadhari. Yasoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yasoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yasoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Tonight's verse, that is from the 6th chapter, text 1. We'll do the English translation together. Repeat after me. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, one who is unattached to the fruits of his work, and who works as he is obliged, is in the renounced order of life. And he is the true mystic. And he who lights no fire, and he's the true mystic, and he who lights no fire and performs no duty. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In this chapter, the Lord explains that the process of the Eightfold Yoga system is a means to control the mind and the senses. However, this is very difficult for people in general to perform, especially in the age of Kali. Although the Eightfold Yoga system is recommended in this chapter, the Lord emphasizes that the process of Karma Yoga or acting in Krishna consciousness is better. Everyone acts in this world to maintain his family and their paraphernalia, but no one is working without some self-interest, some personal gratification. He's concentrated or extended. The criteria of perfection is to act in Krishna consciousness and not with a view to enjoying the fruits of work. To act in Krishna consciousness is a duty of every living entity because all are constitutionally parts and parcels of the Supreme. The parts of the body work for the satisfaction of the whole body. The limbs of the body do not act for self-satisfaction, but for the satisfaction of the complete whole. Similarly, the living entity who acts for satisfaction of the Supreme Whole and not for personal sense satisfaction is the perfect yogi. The sannyasi sometimes artificially think that they have become liberated from all material duties, and therefore they cease to perform Agnihotra yagnas, fire sacrifices. But actually, they are self-interested because the goal is to become one with the impersonal Brahman. Such a desire is greater than any material desire, but it is not without self-interest. Similarly, the mystic yogi who practices the yoga system with half-open eyes, ceasing all material activities, desires some satisfaction for his personal self. But a person acting in Krishna consciousness works for the satisfaction of the whole, without self-interest. A Krishna conscious person has no desire for self-satisfaction. His criteria of success is the satisfaction of Krishna, and thus he is the perfect sannyasi, or the perfect yogi. Lord Chaitanya, the highest perfection symbol of renunciation, prays in this way. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor any to enjoy beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. What I want only is the causeless mercy of your devotional service in my life, birth after birth. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Anastya Kama Palam Kriyam Karta Kritoya Sanyasicha Yogicha Nirantina Tarikaya. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, one who is unattached to the fruits of his work and who works as he is obliged is in the renounced order of life. And he is the true mystic, not he who lights no fire and performs no duty. Oma Gyanam Timirandasya Gyanam Gyanam Shalakaya Chakshur Militam Dena Tajmai Shri Guruve Namaha Vanchakalpa Turuvyascha Kripa Sindhu Be'evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Nonora. So thank you everyone for coming. This very important verse in Bhagavad Gita, but Bhagavad Gita describes, the whole entire yoga system. From Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, all the way to Bhakti Yoga. Actually, the human beings have 4 steps in their evolution. The human beings have 4 steps in evolution. That is, the first step for the human being, that is called karmi. Karmi, this means one who is working to get happy by enjoying the fruits of their work. You know, I work so much, I get so much money, I buy so many paraphernalia, I enjoy life regularly. You know, that's kami yoga. So everyone's performing at least one of these yogas, right? So, and then the Karma Yoga, and then the next stage for the evolution of the human being, that is Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga is when a person begins to inquire, you know, what's going on? Give me some real answer, you know, give me some deep understanding. It's a Jnani Yoga. A person is like this, he wants to study, he wants to read, he wants to understand intellectual things. Maybe there's something I don't know, you know. A Jnani is like this. If you go to a Jnani's house, you see a lot of books, you know, a lot of books, or books on top there, books on top there, books all over the place. Reading, studying. This is also part of Krishna consciousness, you know. Studying, reading, just like we have so many books. We're also something like a Jnani, because we want to understand what is the perfection, what is the real, give me the real information, you know. This is a Jnani, give me the real information. So that's the second level of human evolution, when people begin to think like this. Before a person thinks like this, he's just not thinking about that. He's just thinking what I can get to eat, what I can get to sleep, what I can get to enjoy. But the Jnani is thinking, listen, there must be something to it all, you know. There must be some information, something I'm missing. I got to find out. And then above this Jnani stage, there is the Yogi platform. A Yogi is different than a Jnani, because a Yogi is already studied already. A Yogi is into practicing, you know. Forget about the studying. Let me practice it. So you might find a Yogi eating only this, eating only that, fast, you know, meditating and fixing the mind, as is described here, on the spiritual development, the spiritual consciousness, which is the real liberation for the human. And the human beings will find their happiness on the inside, not on the outside. And the inside, to go on the inside, you have to get the grace of God, you have to get the grace of the Guru, you have to get the grace of other devotees, you have to get the grace of a lot of people to become involved in your own self, because you're connected to other people too. You're not living alone. And so above this yogi stage, then you'll find this devotee platform, devotee stage. And like it's described here, a devotee doesn't really have anything that they want to get from Krishna. Oh, Krishna, please give me this, you know, give me that, give me that. Because actually, if you're going to base a relationship on give me something, right, then that's not a pure relationship. Because when you don't get something, then the relationship, oh, I'm not talking to you anymore. Right? So relationships are like that. So Bhakti Yoga, that is concerned with the relationship you have with Krishna. You know, everyone is Krishna's child. That's the one relationship. But Bhakti Yoga allows you to go further. You can be a friend of Krishna, like Arjuna. Arjuna is Krishna's friend, right? They're hanging out together, you know, they're laughing together, they're talking, right? Somebody else who's coming to see Krishna, he says, I want to see Krishna, you know. But Arjuna, he's like, hey, Krishna, you know. So that friend is more intimate, more closer. So this is how to get closer to God. Everyone is God's child, but you can get closer in different relationships with God. And there's this friendly rasa, and there's this further, you have the parental rasa, you know. Just like the pujari, what is the pujari? The pujari is like Krishna's mother, isn't it a fact? She have to bathe Krishna, she have to clean Krishna, she have to get something for him to eat, she have to on. So she's like a motherly rasa. And then higher than that motherly rasa, you'll find this rasa, the conjugal rasa with the gopis, right? So in Krishna consciousness, the woman rasa with Krishna is the highest rasa. Just like Rasayatra. What is Rasayatra? Rasayatra, we're trying to drag Krishna back to Vrindavan. Because he had so many beautiful pastimes in Vrindavan that the people in Vrindavan cannot even forget about it. This is the important thing. when you are the same thing that liberates us. The same thing that liberates us. Because the pastimes that we saw with Srila Prabhupada, we can't forget them, right? So you have to have pastimes that you in a pastime with some advanced devotee and spiritual master and advanced devotees to become Krishna conscious. You cannot just do it like a yogi, I'll meditate at home to find Krishna. This bhakti yoga is higher than that. It's higher than being a yogi in the forest. Yeah? Look at Arjuna. He's not a yogi in the forest. Why? He's a householder, his wife and children. But he's the perfect devotee. He's the perfect sannyasi, as described here. Sannyasi means not that I just wear an orange cloth and I become liberated. It was that easy, then we all put on orange robes and we all go back to God. But it's not that easy because the karmic reactions that we have within our heart that has to become purified. We cannot go anywhere without doing that. And that is not easy to do. You know, it looks easy, but actually it's not easy. Because in devotional service, your consciousness has to be fixed in your intelligence has to be fixed in what you're doing. So you can do it and you can make advancement and you can do it properly. You have to have the intelligence, how to do it, and the understanding where it's coming from. Where is it coming from? It's coming from advanced personalities. Srila Vyasadeva, Narad Muni, Lord Brahma. This is where the information is coming from. Perfect information. And it's related to you and your life and how you can become happy and how you can find what is called transcendental ecstasy. Now that transcendental ecstasy, it belongs to the soul. The soul is made from that. But in material life, it just means that we've lost that. We've lost. And not only human beings, but you see, if you notice, there's so many bodies for living beings, right? There's so many insects, there's so many birds, there's so many things going on. And when you look at the grass, it looks like a lawn, but there's thousands of living entities as grass, you know? And you can ask the question, right? How come somebody is grass and how come somebody is human? Somebody is a human body and somebody is a grass body. That is the law of karma. The law of karma, you just take it and work with it. You don't complain. Oh, why? Right? The law of karma, you get it, you thank God for it, and you work with it, and you go forward. If you want to ask why and all that, then you're challenging God that He doesn't know something. Or there's some mistake has been made, or something is wrong or something. There's nothing wrong. And that's your level that God has you now, and there's reasons for why you're in that level, and then don't worry, you'll make progress out of that level. And if there's freedom, somebody can say, I don't want to go anywhere, you know. I don't care, right? And so this is a problem. This means that when somebody says they don't care, it means that they're still sick, you know. They need some more time, right? If somebody is getting out of jail, but they say they don't think they're ready to get out, then the jailer is going to say, okay, all right, stay where you are, you know, because they don't want to let nobody out who's going to do bad stuff, right? So it's like a jail like that. But if you don't know it's a jail, then you think, oh, it's free life, I can run, I can do anything, and I have no responsibility, I can go on. But the authorities are looking at that kind of behavior and observing that. And just like Krishna says, I reward them as they surrender, I reward them accordingly. So we're all being observed by the higher authorities, the demigods, and all these different advanced beings looking at us. And whoever is making a surrender and whoever is following what is prescribed, was given to them by Krishna to do, and who's doing that, then the Lord is giving them this perfection. How to be ecstatic and how to be blissful and how to advance that to a very advanced platform of ecstasy. As soon as you can attain a good platform, or ecstatic platform in spiritual realization, then really all your problems will be solved. All your problems will be solved. This is Krishna consciousness. We solve all people's problems. We solve all people's problems. That is why Srila Prabhupada is so successful all over the world. It's not like we're following somebody who is egotistical, my thing, my people. Prabhupada has given his disciples this understanding that the Krishna consciousness is for everyone. It's for every living being. If you're chanting, even the trees, the animals are going to benefit from your chanting. It's not only for human beings, it's for everyone. And this way God consciousness should be. It should be for everyone. It shouldn't be for my particular group. Just like Krishna consciousness, it doesn't actually only belong to the Krishna conscious movement, right? It belongs to everybody. The Krishna conscious movement is just an organized way to organize it so everyone can see what it is and make the progress. The progress, you come to Krishna consciousness really, not to really do something for Krishna, right? Who's going to benefit from your Krishna consciousness? When you look at it, you're the one who's going to benefit. Krishna is beyond benefit, right? Nobody can help him. He's beyond benefit. The sentiment is there. Just like a little baby wants to do something for the parents. The parents don't need anything. But when they see like the child is doing something, they get happy. Oh, look, the child is doing something for us. So it's something like that. And when you surrender, you'll feel your own ecstasy that belongs to you and Krishna, the relationship. It's not that you come to Krishna consciousness, when the relationship starts. The relationship has always been going on. And there are there's difficulties in Krishna consciousness. We don't only speak about the nice things, What are the nice things in Krishna consciousness? Dancing, prasadam. Actually, the philosophy is also like prasadam too. Because the philosophy, if you understand it, the philosophy can make you very strong in your Krishna consciousness. So this is why we chant, but then we sit down and we have a lecture. Very nice. Because the lecture also makes us very strong intellectually, that we understand everything about what we're doing. If we're trying to do it without understanding it, then we won't hit the perfection, we won't get very easy. So that is why the lecturing is important. There's different things that stop our Krishna consciousness. Although we may be very nice persons, we're battling with the false ego. Prabhupada describes about that, very important. The false ego is very argumentative, very combative, very insecure. Somebody says, I don't know if I want to believe that, the false ego is always like a challenge. And the false ego will also make a person look around to see what are the defects in others. Or, and actually, this is a great kind of satisfaction for the false ego. If somebody falls down or something, then you say, hey, they fell down. Oh, that's horrible, There's the false ego is a not very nice part of us, right? If you are getting cured, you want to know, just give it to me straight, right? You tell the doctor, hey, look, doctor, just tell me straight, right? Don't spear me nothing. So Krishna consciousness is like that too. Part of it is like, getting the cure, getting through the fire in devotional service. It's a fire of purification. Just like we do the yajna, that fire, or somebody get initiated, the fire represents what they'll have to go through to become Krishna conscious. The fire, that's the tongue of Lord Vishnu. So to actually become Krishna conscious, you'll have to become one with the Lord Vishnu. That's Krishna consciousness. You become one with Lord Vishnu, as his servant, as his lover, as his, devotee. Sometimes in Krishna consciousness we approach it, but the fire of it we don't want to touch. Oh, no, the fire is too hot. This fire is the fire of surrender, fire of I'll do the service. Somebody who is like late at night, everybody goes home, and that person is washing all the pots. That person is in fire of purification. Because it's something the false ego doesn't want to do, the false ego kind of makes us think like, I want to give the lecture. But I don't want to take out the garbage. So the false ego is a false idea that we have of that we'll be somebody if we behave like this, and so to purify that, we have to go through the fire of becoming humble, becoming submissive, becoming a servant, a service attitude, helpful to other devotees, and that kind of attitude, supportive, just like when Krishna was a baby, there's that pastime, he's bringing his shoes for his father, and he put the shoes on his head, and the parents are saying, oh, Mother Yasoda and Nanda Maharaj are saying, look how wonderful the child is, and the child is serving. So we're like that too. If we can find that attitude of service attitude to Krishna, then that is the way to purification. But it doesn't happen right away. First, we personally have to find what the defects are that we have. Sometimes it's a defect that we think that we'll just do the devotional service, but we won't do anything extra. We won't go the extra mile to do something, You go out to distribute some books. You stay a little later, and you chase a few more people. So you don't do the service for you anymore. You start doing the services for Krishna. First you were doing the services, somebody maybe inspire you to do the services. But when you're doing the services, you become purified. Then after a while, you start doing the services for Krishna. And then you start wanting to do more for Krishna. So love develops because of that attitude. We're all here to develop that loving attitude. That's described in Nectar of Devotion. And it's practice. Sometimes you're not good at it. If a child is trying to start walking, if they fall down, there's no problem. That's part of walking. So you have to have that attitude that if you slip here, you slip there, no problem. You're on the road. See, that's what matters. Somebody who says that, oh no, this happened, oh no, I wrongs, I can't chant them anymore, I can't study anymore, So that attitude to pick up and let's go, and let's get it done, You have the human life, Krishna has awarded you. Actually, people who don't recognize what this human body is, they throw it away. They don't care for it, They do all bad things with it and they don't care. But actually this human form, it's a very important body to have. And you can gain a lot of perfection in this human form. This human form is given to you by Krishna for that purpose. So you have to just associate with devotees. We have love and respect for them, and we work together with them, and then that's how the purification takes place. We're not concerned how long it's going to take. That's the first thing. How long it's going to take. If we say, oh no, it's going to take long. Prabhupada was asked how long it takes to become Krishna conscious. And Prabhupada's answer to that was, well, it's as long as you want. For somebody, it's bam, just like that. For somebody else, oh, I don't know what it is. So it's whenever you can surrender, you shouldn't just think like, oh, this person who is advanced, he's special. No, the person has just made the right moves, made the right surrenders, and that's all. And that's the Krishna consciousness. It's open for everyone. The Krishna consciousness is the only thing that has no, like, you can't do it and you can't do it and you can't. So it's something different than my religion or your religion. It's something different than my people or your people. The whole world is caught up in the body identity. Because the body is a very mysterious thing. How come you're not the body, but how come the body looks like you? How come you're not the body, but how come the body reflects you? What is that about? You have a subtle body. Prabhupada said the gross body is resting on the subtle body like a coat resting on a hanger. The hanger is like this, and the coat is resting on it. So the gross body is resting on the subtle body. The subtle body has a form like the gross body. But the subtle body can develop any kind of body. So the subtle body is the real focus for the interest. The subtle body is hidden. Nobody can find it by experiment. The subtle body is like this. Mind, intelligence, and false ego. So the part of the subtle body that's talking to us, that is, it's making suggestions. Maybe you want this, you want that, you thought of this, you want to think of that, you want to eat this, you want to do this, maybe this is good, maybe that is good. So the mind is making suggestions. What happens to people, they think that they are the mind. So when the mind makes a suggestion, they think that, that's me. And then the other part of the subtle body that's even more subtle, that's the intelligence. The intelligence is very different than the mind. Because the intelligence will inquire more. The mind will make a suggestion, but the intelligence will inquire more about that. Is that right, or is that wrong, or is that good? So the intelligence always can challenge the mind and question the mind. And what is called the false ego, that's the part of the subtle body that has the identity going on. Either we identify with the gross body, or we identify with the subtle body. And so this intelligence has to be purified so that we have the right identity. When we become Krishna conscious, when a person becomes Krishna conscious, they find their real identity that they belong to. Which is they develop reawaken an eternal identity. And that's different than a bodily identity, because an eternal identity has more satisfaction. A bodily identity has just related to the senses, but a real identity gets inspired and get energized from the soul. The soul is the particle of Krishna that is everyone, in everyone's heart. That's described in Bhagavad Gita. Somebody who is Brahman realized, he can understand that every entity is a spark of Krishna, eternally. Not like they were never born and they never die. So this is the real freedom. Other than this, what do we have? Other than this, what really do we have? The body, forget it. The body will become old, we'll have to give up the body. So the Krishna conscious platform is the only real platform for development. And it's not like we just develop our spiritual life, and that's also our spiritual life is complete because it's connected to our material body. So everything to maintain the body, everything working, everything is provided by Krishna once you're a devotee. You don't have to worry that this, if I'm working to make this is material. That is the real understanding. Once you're working in Krishna consciousness, then all of your material to maintain the body and everything, that is provided by Krishna. And so the problems are solved. When you take the spiritual life, your material activities become purified and also become very organized. And in other words, you become maintained by, that is called Yoga Maya. There's two kinds of Maya. One kind of Maya, that is dealing with the conditioned people, the conditioned souls. Mm. The conditioned souls are being governed by the three modes of nature. Goodness, passion, and ignorance. Mm. Very important, because if you just don't know about it, then you'll become influenced by the mode of ignorance very easy, especially by bad association. Your association will determine what kind of mode you're being involved with. Either if you, as devotees, we become involved with the mode of goodness. So the devotee becomes very peaceful, very charming, very innocent, like very helpful, things like that. That's the mode of goodness. Somebody who is in the mode of goodness is a very nice person, very friendly, very helpful, very supportive, things like that. A person who's in a mode of ignorance is like, I don't care about anybody. And then a person in the mode of passion is too busy, making money and things like that. So the three modes are there. These modes are hunting for people, They're like hunting to see. They're hunting the different individuals, people, their minds. They're hunting their minds. Their minds will either be these modes are hunting to capture people in the mode of ignorance, and they're hunting to capture people in the mode of passion, and they're hunting after people, even somebody who's in the mode of goodness, but Krishna consciousness goes beyond the mode of goodness. So that's very nice, because sometimes in the mode of goodness, we become conditioned to thinking we're very nice people, or we're doing very nice, or we have a high standard of living and things like that. And then what happened? We begin to look down on other people. Anytime in Krishna consciousness you start looking down on other people, that's because you're falling down. And it's all about the attitude, how you treat devotees and people. That's Krishna consciousness. It's not so much philosophy. The philosophy is very simple. But now it's how to become a pure person. How do you become a pure devotee? What are the qualities? Just like myself, persons who are proper disciples, we just didn't become happy with the philosophy, right? There's some other element. We became changed by Prabhupada. That's a personal thing. So you can't find that in a book anywhere. I mean, these are the secrets about Krishna consciousness. It's the people that you meet, the impressions they leave on you, and how that helps you in your life. That's what it boils down to. We come here, we already know the philosophy. But we come here for devotee association. Because that's amazing. Somebody who has Krishna in their heart, we can easily find Krishna within them. Easier than finding Krishna in the philosophy. This is the very easy platform that Lord Chaitanya gave us, What is Lord Chaitanya into? You see Lord Chaitanya, is he meditating somewhere? Right? No, most times you see Lord Chaitanya, he's with the devotees, he's doing Harinam, he's dancing with everybody and everything like that. So Krishna consciousness is like that too. And if you actually try to be a devotee, but you keep to yourself, and you meditate to yourself and everything like that, you won't make any advancement, because that wouldn't be satisfying Krishna. But if you come here to the temple, you do something for his devotee, you do something for the deity, then Krishna will say, you like that. So Krishna has his likes. It's all about, Krishna consciousness is what Krishna likes. And we have to conform to understand what Krishna, how he likes these things, and how these things are very nice. Then we come over to enjoying like Krishna does. Krishna has a supreme, eternal ecstasies going on, and we as parts of Krishna, we can also get into those ecstasies and those development. The advanced position is actually, there's one word in Krishna consciousness. The greatest word in Krishna consciousness is Krishna prema. The greatest word in Krishna consciousness is Krishna prema. Because if somebody can attain that, then that's the whole perfection. They'll be able to do everything. So that's easy. But that's very difficult for somebody who doesn't practice to that or doesn't know what it is. Actually, in this, we cannot understand what this advanced spiritual ecstasy is until we develop it ourselves. There's another way to know, but that's very confidential. Another way to know is that if God shows it to that person, then that person becomes the object of that. But that's very secretive. And if God shows something to somebody, they're not going to go out and say, hey, God showed me this. So therefore, all those advanced levels become very secretive. You can find it within yourself, but you have to make the surrender and you have to make the sacrifice, you know? And then it will become easy. Prabhu, what time is this lecture over? What time is this class over? Okay, good. So the important point is the things that stop our Krishna consciousness is important to know. It's almost just as important as the things that inspire our Krishna consciousness. So those two things are very important. We shouldn't say, oh, I don't want to know what the bad things, right? You know, you eat prasadam, but if you say, all I want is the sweets, right? And then you don't eat the spinach and all these healthy things, right? What happens? You get sick. So in Krishna consciousness, we do both things together. We find out what is my difficulty, you know, what is the problem I have, you know. And that you have to do some soul searching. Because actually, a pure devotee, you are a pure devotee originally and essentially. And so, as a pure devotee, you'll think differently, you know. You'll think differently as a pure devotee. When you're not a pure devotee, you'll try to save yourself, right? But when you're a pure devotee, you'll save everyone, right? So, in the beginning, you're not pure devotees. We're not pure devotees. We have to save ourselves. We have to become pure devotees. This is where we come to Krishna consciousness for, to become a pure devotee. The example is Srila Prabhupada. What a great person Srila Prabhupada was. You know, he had so much realization. What did he do? Did he go to the forest with it? No, he brought it for all of us to share all over the world. The importance of Krishna. Who knew about Krishna? Nobody knew about Krishna. Now, by Srila Prabhupada's grace, that knowledge of Krishna is being spread throughout the world by the Krishna conscious movement and by the devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is prophesied. We cannot say that it came from India, so, you know, it's Indian. We have to come to Krishna consciousness, like Prabhupada said. This is universal advanced information. The information you need before you leave the body. People who are thinking that they have so much kind of knowledge, like if they're not going to leave the body, they're going to have to leave the body. It's like if somebody has a big house, a big property, he's so much in love with the property, you know, he'll have to get old and leave the property. And he'll thinking, when he's dead, he's done. But actually, when he's dead, he's not done, right? Wherever they're going to take birth, it's going to be a difficulty. If you're not a pure devotee, you're taking birth, it's risky. You never know what's going to happen. That's the problem. And it's a serious one. Because our time is elapsing. You shouldn't let a day go by without making some kind of spiritual advancement in that day. Because a spiritual advancement is like saving all the time. You're saving it, you're getting it, you're securing it, and you're gathering it together. You're making it happen. And we just have to follow in the footsteps of people that attain it. You can't get it from somebody who doesn't know what it is, somebody who doesn't follow it. They can't help you to get it. You know, everything is a joke, except when you have to leave the body. It's a very serious affair. You know? And what we do, we don't think about it, and we live in a way that when we have to leave the body, it's a big surprise. You know, so we're advised to live in Krishna consciousness, you know, focus on how we can become purified. And the thing is that the material world, we're in the material world, we are fallen souls. We're fallen souls. We're not the great souls in the spiritual world, right? We're the fallen souls in the material world. So we have to have the perspective in order to make the progress, make the advancement. That's what really matters, is that we make that spiritual advancement. And we cannot do that. You cannot, just like if you make a donation, that's nice, but you have to donate yourself. You have to donate your life. You have to donate your whole self to Krishna. Krishna is not interested you make a donation. That's nice, but Krishna is interested in your whole, because Prabhupada said, we belong to God. We belong to Krishna. Krishna is just a name of God. We belong to God. God is our creator and our maintainer. That's a simple fact. You know, nobody makes anything. Even if we say these are our children, but we still cannot make them. Nobody makes anything. The planet is there, we should be around the planet, but nobody makes it. It's only Krishna is doing it. And we have to come to that point to recognize that the Lord is taking care of everything, He's maintaining everything, and our duty is to become pure devotees. We have to find a way to do that. We cannot make an excuse. Oh no, I'm too old. We cannot make an excuse. When you're young, right, this is your time, especially when you're young, to make the spiritual advancement as much as you possibly can. Why? Because as soon as the body becomes old, forget it. You can't do so much anymore. Then you'll be saying, wow, I wish when I was young I had did this. There was somebody told me, when we were together, I should have followed you. Yeah, you should have followed me, of course, but you didn't do it. So a devotee is going that way, bam, back to Godhead. We can follow, and then we'll benefit, you know. And if we don't follow, whatever little we do, whatever we do, we'll still get the benefit. But you know, you shouldn't remain, there's 3 stages of devotional stage, being a devotee. We have to find out what stage we're in. One stage, that's called Kanistadikari. Next stage, that's called Madhyamadikari. Next stage, that's called Mahabhagavad. Brahman realization, Paramatma realization, and Bhagavan realization. Very deep things. We cannot understand all of it because it's very advanced scientific information concerning the demigods that control this world and very advanced personalities in the higher worlds. This is what, in Krishna consciousness, we know these things. There's higher worlds, there's lower worlds. On this earth, we just think earth. You know, we think like the earth is everything. You know? So we have to begin to think broad, very broad perspective on this universe and the different types of heavenly planets, hellish planets, and how people get into those planets. By activities. If you live a hellish life, then your reward is a hellish planet. If you live a godly life, then your reward is a godly planet. It's a simple process. You know, it's like whatever you sow, that's what you're going to reap. Like it said in the Bible. So this is the law of karma. So when you take turn to be a devotee, then your future is going to be very nice. Your future is going to be very bright. You'll have to go through it won't happen automatically. You'll have to go through the difficulties. Let's face it. You'll have to go through, like I said before, when we come to devotional service, it looks very nice, it looks very happy, chanting and everything like that. And prashadam and everything. Nice association, all these things. But actually, it's a fire to become purified. That you'll have to go through the fire to become purified. Just like Mother Sita, in the Ramayana, she had to go through the fire. You know, Mother Sita, she jumped into the fire. She didn't say, oh no, I can't do it. She jumped into the fire, and then the god Agni brought her out of the fire. So devotional service like that. And it's a fire. Either we have to chant our rounds, we have to follow the principles, we have to reform our character, we have so many things we have to do. Services. And then you'll find yourself gradually becoming purified. It's very serious business, Krishna consciousness. and we have to take it up. There's a lot of information, you know, there's so many books. There's the Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada said the Bhagavad Gita is like the ABC, right? And the ABC, look how advanced it is. That when we give a lecture, usually we speak from one verse. And then there's 16 volumes of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Actually, you will all have to read the 60 volumes of the Srimad Bhagavatam. And you'll all have to read the Chaitanya Charitamrita. And, you know, you have to push yourself to get initiation. You have to find a bona fide spiritual master. All these things you have to do. And at the same time, Krishna consciousness is not like, I'm going to live in the forest to do my Krishna consciousness. You know, Krishna consciousness is like devotees are working people. They have, you know, different kinds of quality jobs that they do. The thing is that when you're a devotee, you have to work in a particular way. Isn't that a fact? When you're a devotee, you cannot work for somebody who is not respecter of what you are, what you're doing in your life. That's why most devotees, they have to work in their own business. This is very important, part of Krishna consciousness. A householder working. That's part of Krishna consciousness. Right? So Krishna consciousness is not just like a yogi in the forest. That's why it could be spoken to Arjuna, a military man, for everyone. But actually, this is the way that you'll attain perfection. It's not simply something for the material senses. The thing is that you get something for the senses, that's nice, but after a while, that's gone. That is the principle in material life. And that's why people are unhappy. Because if they get something, after a while, the juice in it is gone. But you'll find that your Krishna conscious development is quite different. It will, when it begins to grow, it'll keep growing and growing and growing and bringing you more happiness and more happiness and more happiness. And if you can keep doing that, you'll reach the platform of transcendental ecstasy. And that's what it's about. So it's about you and your happiness. And then you can take that away. So I'd like to stop here and get a few questions from the devotees, the Mataji's little question, and I'll be able to try my best to answer that. Prabhu, you have a comment or question? You're good? He's good? Mataji's? Everybody's good? Everybody's going back to Godhead? So the basis, you'll make progress if you're enthusiastic, and if you're happy. If somebody speaks about Krishna, but if they're not ecstatic, right, we won't get the real thing. We'll get the knowledge, but we won't get the real feelings, right? If somebody talked about Krishna, oh, well, you know, Krishna, you know, like that, then nobody will become inspired. Because really, we only become inspired by someone who is ecstatic, you know, who's happy in their Krishna consciousness and who's tasting it and who's, you know, blissful because of it. The bliss in Krishna consciousness, it doesn't come automatically, right? The bliss and the ecstasy is the same as love. So you can't have the ecstasy without love. And love is a very difficult word, you know, word. So, you know, you just have to go forward very boldly in your Krishna consciousness, and you'll see that all these good qualities will develop in you, and gradually you'll become pure devotees yourself. And you'll be able actually to do something for the world. Hare Krishna, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Okay. Huh? You still have time?
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu, for the lectures are very, very wonderful in terms of combining the Shastra with practicality. so it makes it easier and very, light-hearted presentation also. But still, it's deep, and we're fortunate that you come to give us your association in your lectures. You mentioned the three modes of material nature: goodness, passion, and ignorance, and you've defined them, especially passion and goodness. Can you? I know you said something about goodness, that a person who is in the mode of goodness, yes, they have some good qualities, but then they tend to look down on others. You mentioned that. They tend to look down on others.
Yeah.
So, can you give other examples of a mode of goodness person? I know this part of it is obviously negative, but other qualities about that the devotees have to be careful of so that they don't stay in the mode of goodness only.
Right.
Hare Krishna.
So the first thing is to know that this Krishna consciousness, that's called in the mood of Visuddha Sattva. That's described as pure goodness. Because goodness can be nice. Just like Prabhupada was asked, that someone they asked Srila Prabhupada, well, can somebody just be good? Just not Krishna conscious, but just doing something good. And the person said, like to walk an old lady across the street. Something, you don't have to be Krishna conscious to do that, right? And Prabhupada said, no. If you want to be good, you have to get trained how to be good. Just taking an old lady across the street, that's nice, but good is actually deals with spiritual realization. Because Prabhupada said, compassion for the living entity is self-realization. When we cannot say, oh, we feel sorry for them. No, we do Harinam, we distribute books, we do a preaching, and we help them that way. What is good we saying we feel sorry for them? Everybody knows that already. Our compassion is that we become self-realized ourselves. First, to do something for somebody else, right? You have to do something for yourself first. If you didn't do it for yourself, how can you be able to do it for somebody else? So part of helping others, which is a devotee, helps a lot of people. Prabhupada said a devotee means how much people that person has helped in their Krishna consciousness. So anyone that you can help means that you help yourself. If you help that person, you did something for yourself. This is the way the Krishna conscious person thinks. He doesn't think, I'm doing something for myself. He includes everyone in himself. He does something for them, he benefits. So that's the Krishna's way of seeing things. And once you can do that, actually that qualifies a person to be in the spiritual world. In the spiritual world, the personalities that are there are very pure in their dealings with others. But you find in the material world, that's lost. People are, if I can cut your throat before you cut my throat. And so the world is set up like that, but we can get out of it, and we can find how to become pure devotees, and we can find the real happiness that everyone is looking for. Like I said before, if you have some happiness, that's just external. But if you develop an internal happiness, then you'll always have that. Wherever you go, you'll have that happiness with you. Not that you're going somewhere to find happiness. And that's why we come to this temple, we come to Krishna consciousness, we're in the search for happiness. If we're intelligent, if you're searching for happiness, it doesn't mean that you're not smart. If you're searching for happiness, that means you're intelligent. Because you know what you're looking for. But it's not easy to find, but you can find it. You've already found Krishna already. You've already found the spiritual world already, You just have to recognize that I've already found Krishna, And then you'll be happy. If you keep looking for Krishna and Krishna is in front of you, how are you going to be happy? You didn't notice Krishna was in front of you. So part of the thing is to become purified, to recognize where Krishna is, what's going on. And that purification, you have your bead bag, you can keep chanting. You know, Krishna is yours. When you have your bead bag, Hare Krishna, the bead bag is yours. And the holy name is yours, and Krishna is yours. And you just, Krishna is the one who is responsible for bringing you to himself. And he uses his devotees to do that. And that way we become gradually more and more purified, and we can go back to Godhead. Okay? Any other question? Any question? You have one question?
Thank you so much for nectar, Prabhuji. Yeah, wonderful. See, I mean, you very nicely explained the highest stage of devotion is the Krishna prema or ecstatic bhav, that stage of consciousness. One may feel when he is reading or listening katha or chanting, but how one can maintain that ecstatic stage all the time?
That's a very nice question. These topics about love of God, ecstasies, transcendental happinesses is very important subject matter. And why it's important? Because, you know, that is what we're looking for. We're not just looking for the information. We're looking for what is the source of the happiness and how we can get it for ourselves. It's not a selfish thing, because you need that to do the devotional service. Okay, say you're doing some devotional service. Where's the happiness? Right? So if you develop this ecstasy when you're doing devotional service, then you're really going to be happy with what you're doing, right? Say you're ecstatic, right? You get some service to do. You're ecstatic about the service. So the ecstasy is important. And the first part of Krishna consciousness is like a study in what you are. You're not the body. But then gradually, the final issue is these ecstasies that are yours, how will you get them, and how will you be able to do your services? You have to do some significant service in Krishna consciousness. You should get a service. You should do something to help others become devotees. You shouldn't just, you have to, this is how you become Krishna conscious, you know. When we lived with Prabhupada in the temple, what do you think we did? Do you think Prabhupada let us sit around in the temple and eat prasadam and, you know, just hang out? No, Prabhupada chased us out to do book distribution and Harinam. So we had to make a lot of sacrifices to be a devotee. And if you couldn't make the sacrifices, well, you know, you fell away. But if you could make the sacrifices, then you could remain in Krishna consciousness and make advancement steady. And that's the difference, you know. That's what surrender means. Surrender doesn't mean I just believe in Krishna, right? That's easy. Of course, it's easy to believe. But surrender actually means doing something for Krishna's services and doing something to benefit other people. When you become Krishna conscious, it's very nice. You're very happy yourself, but you know you want to give it to someone else. You want to benefit others with it. That's what Prabhupada did. Like I said before, he could benefit the world with his Krishna consciousness, and this is really how people benefited and recognized Krishna, because of Prabhupada's quality of being a great devotee, of giving it to everyone, and being, what could Prabhupada, why Prabhupada was so special? Actually, Prabhupada, you had to be with him to know what he was like. Okay? The gift of Krishna is a pure devotee to you. That's Krishna's gift to you, is a pure devotee. So the persons who were with Prabhupada directly, they could see what is a pure devotee. Seeing is believing. Then you could follow that example. So the person of devotee, that's Krishna's gift to us. You know, so we just shouldn't take them, you know, cheaply. And Krishna will test us. Like Prabhupada said, you love me, you love my dog, right? If you go to someone's house, you say, oh, get the dog, I can take the dog. Then the person is not going to like you. Right? So Krishna is like that with the devotees. Krishna thinks it's my devotees. You know, and so when Krishna takes a person as my devotee, then we just follow them. And then we get Krishna. Krishna gives himself to us through the devotees. He doesn't give himself to us through any other way. And that's Krishna consciousness. So I'd like to stop here. It's after 6 and we get ready for the kirtan. And so, good luck in your Krishna consciousness. But as long as you have all the information, you can be happy and you can prosecute it nicely.
A small comment on the you mentioned, Prabhuji. We have to be with Srila Prabhupada to know who is he and how pure he is. And since we don't have that fortune, but we can realize that by listening him.
Yeah.
So we can listen, we can feel that how Prabhupada was and how, by listening him.
Prabhupada is the first spiritual master of his degree that we have videos, right? We don't have videos of Bhaktisiddhanta. We don't have videos of Bhakti Vinod. So Prabhupada is the first person. Prabhupada is like a Jesus Christ or somebody, but he's the first person that... but he's the first person that we have pictures of, we have videos of, and it's well recorded what he was. So very nice. I never knew about, I know about yoga and everything, but I never really saw a pure devotee until I saw Prabhupada. And what Prabhupada did was he can help make people pure devotees, right? So he can leave himself in the form of his disciples and like that, right? So he's still around.
Hare Krishna. You're going to stay here? Hare Krishna. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Guru Charana Panna Kevalabha Kati Sadma Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevalabha Kati Sadma Bando Mui Chavadana Mati Bando Mui Chavadana Mati Jahara Prasadevai Ibavaturiya Jai Jahara Prasadevai Ibavaturiya Jai Krishna Prapti Ho Jayati Krishna Prapti Ho Jayati Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Yatnya Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Kya Arana Kuri Ho Mani Acha Arana Kuri Ho Mani Acha Shri Guru Charane Rati Ese Utama Gati Shri Guru Charane Rati Ese Utama Gati Je prasade pore chalva acha Je prasade pore chalva acha Chakodan diroje janme janme Prabhu se ताको दान दी मुझे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से देवे ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो देवे ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो प्रेम भक्ति जा होते अविद्या विनाश जाते प्रेम भक्ति जा होते अविद्या विनाश जाते तेरे जाय जहार चरितो तेरे जाय जहार चरितो श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आदमा जनार बंधु श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आदमा जनार बंधु लोकना लोके राजीवाना लोकना लोके राजीवाना bravo korodoya deho more para jaya bravo korodoya deho more para jaya Bejas Visu Tribhuana Bejas Visu Tribhuana Srila Prabhupada Patichapavana Srila Prabhupada Patichapavana Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nithai Gora Haribo, 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 Nithai Gora Haribo. Nithai Gora Haribo, 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 Nithai Gora Haribo. Padaya Krishna Prasnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Ichinamne Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvichesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Rishatayane. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Go Bhaktavinda. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Go Bhaktavinda. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Go Bhaktavinda. Jaya Go Bhaktavinda. Jaya Go Bhaktavinda. Jaya Go Bhaktavinda. Jaya Go Bhaktavinda. Nithai Gauranga, Nithai Gauranga. Nithai Gauranga, Nithai Gauranga. Nithai Gauranga, Gaura Hari. Nithai Gauranga, Gaura Hari. Nithai Gauranga, Nithai Gauranga. Bolo Nithai Gauranga, Nithai Gauranga. Nithai Gauranga, Gaura Hari. Nithai Gauranga, Gaura Hari. Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana. Jaya Sachinanda, Jaya Sachinandana. Jaya Sachinandana, Gaura Hari. Jaya Sachinandana, Gaura Hari. Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari. Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari. Nithai Gauranga, Gaura Hari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Gora Chandra Netai, Gora Chandra Dorari. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Gauranita, 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 Jaya Gauranita. Jaya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nithai Gora Haribo, 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 Nithai Gora Haribo. Nithai Gora Haribo, 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 Nithai Gora Haribo. Gora Premanande!
Jayam Vishnu Paramahansa Paracharya Asatoshi Srimad. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Jayam Vishnu Paramahansa Paracharya Asatoshi Srimad. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnavindi ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki. Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Gopinath Shamkun Radhakund Giri Govardhan ki. Prem Sigaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda ki. Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi ki. Sama Veda Bhaktavinda ki. Ganga Mai ki. Jamuna Mai ki. Vrindavi Nami ki. Mayapur Dami ki. Jagannath Puri ki. Transcendental Book Distribution ki. Hari Nam Sankirtan ki. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. And all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Praladalaridayini. Hiranyakachipu vaksha. Hiranyakachipu vaksha. Silatanka nakalayi. Silatanka nakalayi. Ito nesingo parato nesingo. Ito nestingo, tago nestingo. Yato yato ya mitato nestinga. Bahi nestingo, hidaye nestingo. Bahi nestingo, hidaye nestingo. Narasimha Mahdi Saranam Papaji. Narasimha Mahdi Saranam Papaji. Kavakaram Kamaravare Naka Abuta Singa Alisa Hiranyakasipu Kano Bringa Ishavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagarisha Jaya Jagarisha Jaya Jagarisha Shavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Jaya Jagadisha Jaya Jagadisha Jaya Nasingade, 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 Jaya Nasingade. Jaya Pralan Maharaj, Jaya Pralan Maharaj, Jaya Pralan Maharaj, Jaya Pralan Maharaj. Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Haribo. Singha Bhagavan ki, Prahlad Maharaj ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitya Gaurachandra ki, Jagannath Bali Subhadra ki. Hari Hari Bol. Thank you so much for coming out for this afternoon's program, and I'm sure many of us have really liked Bushar Prabhu's class, and thank you, Bushar Prabhu, for giving us your blessings, your mercy, and your prayers. We always need the blessings and the mercy and praise of Sri Prabhupada disciples. It's only by their mercy that we can push on this movement. So Prabhu, please pray for us. Bless us and guide us. Thank you so much, Prabhu. His Grace Bashara Prabhu Ki. Of course, I can't forget Mother Parvati and her family. Thank you, Mother. There's always a strong backbone behind him. I know that, Mother. Thank you so much. A few announcements I would like to share with all of you is we have Mother's Day coming up next Sunday. Thank you. Very well. And it's a time for us to glorify the mothers, to glorify the position of a mother in our movement. So we have actually was able to get some of the men to cook the feast so that the women take a break. Feels good? Barsha's very happy. Very good. Yes, I'm happy too, believe me. So we got almost half of the menu taken care of, so I will definitely reach out to more men to cover the other half. So please, if you can help out to be part of the cooking next Sunday for the Mother's Day, please do come see me. We really would like to have the women take a break and once sit down in class if they can and really absorb while the men, lack of a better word, sweat away in the kitchen to cook a wonderful feast for the mothers. So please, if you can help out, any help, whether it's cooking, frying, cutting, washing, believe me, we could use any help we can to make this a very wonderful day for Mother's Day. So please do come out next Sunday. We would love to honor all the mothers. Coming up May 21st, we have 2 programs on that day. The first half is the Sunday school graduation. And it's a time for all of us to see what your children have learned. And they will display the knowledge that they have learned so all the parents can witness. Sometimes we know a little bit of it, but it's nice to see the culmination of it at the end of the school year. So please do block your calendars and do come out so the following Sunday, May 21st, is Sunday school graduation, the first half of it. And the other half, we have theatrical drama that's going to be happening on that day, and we have involved some of the youth and some of the adults, and it's called The 3 Lives of Narada Muni. And many of us may not know that he had 3 lives. Many of us may not know the details of the 3 lives, so please do come out and learn the 3 lives of Narada Muni, and so that we can be knowledgeable and we'll learn, oh, I learned something new this time. But it's going to be a very interesting drama, so please do come out and join us and support the temple. Prabhupada used to always say, and I'm sure Bashara Prabhu can attest to that, that we can preach by our dramas. Drama is how we preach.
Prabhupada said it's better than the lecture.
It's better than the lecture. There we go. We got that. So thank you, Prabhu, for backing me up. Thank you.
Very nice. He said it's better than the lecture.
Yes, better than the lecture. Say again, Prabhu?
I used to be one of the Vaikuntha players.
Oh, really? Prabhu used to be one of the Vaikuntha players. So if you were here, Prabhu, we had to put you in as Narada Muni. Amazing, amazing. There we go. So Prabhupada said that is better than the lecture. So please do come out so we can preach through the 3 lives of Narada Muni. That's on May 21st. June 4th, we have a very special guest, His Holiness Chandramali Swami Ki. Please block your calendars. I was watching one of his events that he just had in ISKCON Farmington Hills, Michigan. He had an initiation there, and I was telling the devotees that I would have to find time to share how amazing Maharaj dances. I found a couple of videos from last night, so I'm going to show you so that we all can, I'll share it on the WhatsApp group, on a temple WhatsApp group, so that we all can get ready to dance. He's coming in 3.5 weeks, and he's amazing. So let's block our calendars. June 4th, Sunday, Maharaj will be here. We'll share more details as we get closer to that date. Following that is New York Rath Yatra. We are still waiting for responses to know how many devotees would like to carpool or have us rent a van, a Econoline van, or a bus. The bus definitely seems very expensive right now. So we are trying to find a cheaper mode of travel. But we need to know how many people would like to go together. and that will give us a better idea whether to book it or not. I'm thinking if we can get an answer in the next couple of weeks, Varsha. So if we can get a definite response of how many of you would like to go together with devotees in a van, a 15-seater van or anything, please do come see myself, Varsha Mataji or Prasad Prabhu. We three are working on that, and we need to know it before Memorial Day weekend, so 2 weeks from now, so we can really finalize, because it takes some time to do the booking. So please do think about it and let us know soon. Following that, we have our Rath Yatra coming up. July 8th at 11 o'clock in the morning. I just was able to start preparing on that. I got my list. We can use as much help as we can. We need a lot of manpower. We need a lot of help. So please, if you can expand yourself in any service in any way, please do let me know, especially, outside the ground maintenance, getting the rentals, that kind of stuff, and the women's side, helping with the garland making. We need a lot of help. So we're going to be selecting key people in each area, and so that'll be your point of contact for any of the services. So please, you'll be hearing from us very soon. We just kind of got things almost finalized of who to contact. So if you feel inclined to want to step up and say, I can do this, please come see me, because we definitely need a lot of help. And this is our 13th Rath Yatra Festival. Can you imagine 13 years? We did it. We passed the 10th year mark. So we did it. So now we are 13. Let's try to make it the 20th. Not the 15th, the 20th. I'm pushing. We're going to push. We're going to push. So please make yourself available. And I just would like to remind devotees, it's something new that we just started because of Nitai Gaurachandra. Every Sunday morning, that the Lord is bathed and dressed in new outfit, in a new dress every week. And we always have their Chanamrit available, which I think Saurabh just went around and passed by. If you haven't gotten the Lord's bathing water Chanamrit, please run after Saurabh. It's straight from the Lord when we bathe him in the morning, every Sunday morning. And if you see how beautiful they look, please compliment Swana Goranga. He dressed them this morning. Thank you so much. Thank you. And we get a lot of mercy by dressing them, don't we, Swana Goranga? Him and I switch days every other week, so I'm very blessed to serve with you every other week. Thank you so much. Before we end, please, I'm going to ask, let me see, where's Puru? Oh, Puru ran out. Anisha, there she's at. If you can say the prasadam prayers for me. Thank you.
Mahaprasade Govinde, Nama Brahmane Vaishnave, Sarva Punyavatam Rajan, Vichasame Jayate, Saira Vidyaja, Soindriya Kahekar, Diripere Vesagare, Karamati Jivati, Nabulmai Sudharmati, Sagichita Katina Sansare, Krishna Bharatayamoy, Modi Bhara Jivajay, Mahaprasada Nilobai, Seyana Vrindavan, Radha Krishna Gunagam, Prem Chaitanya Nitai, Janimai Janitai, Janitai Janimai, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Prasadam is served downstairs.
Second life वाला बंदा है. Second life के नारद मुनि absent है. You all woke up?
No, she's here today. Got it. She probably left early though, I think. No, Elisa didn't come today.
No, he was not here.
Yeah,
Yeah, your brother is there.
but isn't that
Oh yeah.
Elisa, come here.
Okay, let's start. Get the mic. We gotta roll. Come on. You guys know your seats. Let's start. Chalo. Sit downstairs. Get that girl for me. She tries to not have a
Hare Krishna. Narad Muni drama practice. Please gather.
It doesn't matter. I just need everybody here. That's all. Let's start. Come on. Where's the narrator? Yeah. Get that girl for me. Okay, can you all sit here? Those that are in the drama, please sit. We're going to go scene by scene. Okay? Let me pull up the thing. They left it without her. Okay, I'll start right now. Let me open up this thing. I'm just going to start because we can wait. Okay, where's the Rohin? Where's Lord Brahma and Narada? Okay, there you are. Perfect. Huh? Yeah, I'm going to see if I... Yeah, let's do this first scene down first. Okay. Okay, you guys ready? Sit down, quiet, no talking. We're going to focus, just pull up your script and that's about it, okay? Just who is Narada Muni and what did he go through to become one of the most respected saints in Vedic tradition? The Srimad Bhagavatam describes how Narada attained the audience of God and thus became renowned in the Vedic tradition. The story began with his previous 2 lifetimes. When I say that, you guys should already be on the stage. So as soon as the second paragraph, right? The Srimad Bhagavatam describes how Narada attained the audience of God and thus became renowned in the Vedic tradition. The story begins with his previous 2 lifetimes. Start. Don't wait for me. As soon as I say that, you just go on and, in ancient times, once I start reading, then you should go on. Huh? Okay, got it. So in ancient lifetimes, long, long ago, the progenitor of the living entities was born from the lotus navel of Garbhodakshai Vishnu. He performed austerities, and with the Lord's blessings, Lord Brahma created the material universe. From the creator, Lord Brahma was born the saintly son named Narada, who wandered the world singing songs about the Lord. He had a beautiful face, beautiful voice, handsome features, attractive bodily features that made him attractive to women. One day, Lord Brahma said to Narada, Narada said, With anger, Lord Brahma cursed him.
Because of this curse, Narada became the Gandharva named Upabarhana. For one kalpa, Upabarhana was the leader of the Gandharvas in the world of the demigods. Being very handsome, Upabarhana became bewildered by lusty desires associated with beautiful women for sense gratification.
So as soon as she says, as soon as he curses her, as soon as Lord Brahma curses Narada Muni, all three of you should be on stage behind, waiting to come on stage, okay? So let's go back to where you curse her. So all three of you, so which means you have to be sitting on the other side waiting to come on stage, got it?